Friday, the 24th day of Rabi al-Awwal, the third month of the Islamic calendar, 1446 years after the hijrah of our noble messenger. May the peace, salutations, and benedictions of Allah be upon him. 27th day of September 2024 of the Gregorian calendar, we are asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept all our good deeds and forgive all our shortcomings and transgressions. My dear brethren in Islam, in recent times, we have been discussing about the pillars of Islam. We talked about the most important pillar of Islam, and that is Tauheed, the word of testimony. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. We discussed about the virtues and significance and importance of that pillar. And we made mention that we are going to discuss about the nullifiers. What are the factors responsible for nullifying your Iman and Tawheed? But therein, as we're about to discuss, it came the happenings in Maiduguri, the flooding, the disaster that happened in Maiduguri. We talked about it, and we talked about the importance of prayers during the time of disasters and calamities. And today, inshallah, we are going to see the factors responsible for nullification of Tawheed. What nullify Tawheed? What are the agents of nullifying Tawheed? Number one is shirk, associating partner to Allah. Polytheism is one of the nullifiers of Tawheed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, certainly Allah will never forgive whosoever associate partner and ascribe partner to him. But he forgives whatever is below. It's not up to shirk to whosoever he wills. Therefore, if you go to the day of judgment ascribing partner to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then Jannah is not yours. You have to remain forever in the hellfire. And another thing, if you ascribe partner to Allah, all the righteous deed that you have done in the past has been demolished, has been deleted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So shirk is very, very dangerous. In chapter 4, verse 36, Allah says, وَعَبُدُ اللَّهَ وَلَا تُشْرِكُوا بِهِ شَيْئًا. Worship Allah and do not ascribe partner with him. And chapter 5, verse 72 to 73, Allah mentioned associating partner, even if it's a messenger. Even if it is a messenger you ascribe as a partner to Allah, then you have gone out of the deen. Allah says, لَقَدَ كَفَرَ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا إِنَّ اللَّهَ ثَالِثُ ثَلَاثَةٍ لَقَدَ كَفَرَ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا إِنَّ اللَّهَ هُوَ الْمَسِيحُ ابْنُ مَرْيَمَ. Whosoever says Masih ibn Maryam is a Lord, is a creator, then such person is a kafir. And then in chapter 6, verse 151, that is Al-An'am, Allah says, Ta'ala atul ma harrama rabbukum alaykum alla tushriku bihi shay'a. Come and let me tell you what Allah has revealed to you. One of the ways of the Messenger alayhi salatu wasallam ummah. He said, come, let me tell you what Allah has forbidden for you. Allah tushriku bihi shay'a. Do not associate partner. Do not ascribe partner to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with anything. Don't even bring something closer to Allah. Allah will never accept it. In chapter 39, verse 65 to 60 and 64 to 65, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, لَإِنْ أَشْرَكْتَ لَيَهْبَطَنَّ عَمَلُكَ. Whosoever associate partner to Allah, then such a person, his righteous deed has been of no worthy. Calling a dead person is a shirk. Seeking for his help is a shirk. Sacrificing on his behalf is a shirk. Worshipping idol is a shirk. So there are many different types of shirk. So shirk is one of the nullifiers of Iman and Tawheed. The second factor is taking a mediator between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For you to put someone as a mediator between you and Allah, that Allah will never answer your call except when you follow through this man. That's what the kuffar are saying. We are not worshipping the idols except that we want them to take us closer to Allah. Then what stops you from going to Allah? Allah's network is always available. There is no time when there is not network in Allah's network, or his phone is switched off, is always switched on. Just ask him directly. So don't bring anyone to say he's going to take you closer to Allah, that you cannot go by yourself. Such a thing is a shirk. By asking him to fulfill your desires, or ask him for, for shifa, that is for cure, or shafa'a, asking him to intervene on the day of judgment. That you're calling on him, that he's going to intervene on the day of judgment so that Allah will not punish you. Doubting kufr is the third factor that nullifies iman. Doubting the kufr of the kafir, thinking that what they are doing is correct. Whosoever thinks the kuffars are doing the right thing, then he is also a kafir. He has denounced the religion and he's out of the religion. Number four, perfecting the guidance or decision better than that of the Rasul is another way of taking yourself out of the religion. Thinking that the constitution is the right thing to follow is a shirk, and it takes you out of the deen. We are just under duress. Otherwise, enil hukmu illa lillah. Nothing is to be followed except the commandments of Allah. He creates and He gives commands. And therefore, anything that is constitutional, which contradict the teachings of Islam, such thing is null and void according to Islam. But look what they are saying about the constitution. They said the constitution is the supreme. And whichever law is inconsistent to this constitution prevail, and that law is null and void, including the laws of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So thinking of the supremacy of constitution is a kafir, it's a kufr. It takes you out of religion. The same thing, thinking that the Sharia of Islam is even suitable for the 20th century. Say, okay, this Sharia is barbaric. This Sharia is not suitable for this time. There is no time in which the Sharia of Islam is not suitable for that time. And therefore, for a Muslim to think that, okay, this deen is something that has to be, that was practiced in the olden days, and now we are in the new century, and therefore our century does not tally, the Sharia of Islam does not tally with our century. Such thinking takes you out of Islam. Like capital punishment, to think that why should Islam say we should cut off the hands of a person who steals? Why should we stone him to death after committing adultery? Why shall we, give him 100 lashes because of committing zina? Such thinking will take you and nullify your Tauheed and your Iman. Anything that is making rules and regulations that are contrary to Islamic Sharia is also another shirk. It's also another thing that nullifies your Iman. So the members of House of Representatives and those in the Red Chamber should be very careful in whatever they are going to do. Anything that comes which contradict the Sharia, don't join them. Don't be among the eye. Otherwise, they will eye you. Because you are going to see Allah on the day of judgment, and you have signed and contributed in fighting against His laws and regulations. And therefore, they should be very, very careful. Allah says, "Afa hukm al-jahiliyyah yabghun?" Is it the laws of the ignorant time that they need of? And they desire the laws and regulations of the ignorant time. They are ignorant. Before you know, they are dead by sleeping. They're in the toilet. They are this and that. And these are the kind of people that will come and set up and legislate for you against that of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So doing that is a kufr. Hating the prophetic sunnah is also a kufr. ذَلِكَ بِأَنَّهُمْ كَرِهُوا مَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ فَأَحْبَطَ أَعْمَالَهُمْ. Whosoever hates the sunnah of the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam, then his righteous deeds are demolished, they are gone. Number 6 is mockery of Islamic teachings and the sunnah of the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam. Whosoever mocks Islam or mocks the sunnah of Islam, of the Prophet, either maybe a long beard or maybe someone is lifting his trouser up and you look at him as someone who comes from the village, you are trying to make a mockery of him, then it's taking you out of religion. Allah says, "Abikul abillahi wa ayati wa rasuli kuntum tastahzi'un." Is it you are now making a mockery of Allah and His verses, His communications, and His messenger? قَدْ كَفَرْتُمْ بَعْدَ إِيمَانِكُمْ. You have indeed turned to be kuffars after your iman. So therefore, mockery of Islamic teachings, mocking Islamic teachings and the sunnah of the messenger is what's among the factors that nullifies Tauheed. Then number 7, magic, magic, practicing magic and witchcraft is also another factor that nullifies Tauheed. وَمَا كَفَرَ سُلَيْمَانُ وَلَكِنَّ الشَّيَاطِينَ كَفَرُوا. That Prophet Sulaiman did not practice kufr, but the shayateen, the devils, are the ones that practice kufr. And we are النَّاسِ السِّحْرِ. These are the people that teach people, the sihr, the soothsaying, and the magic, and the witchcraft, and astrology. So believing in magician, it's number 8. Believing in magician, the soothsayer, fortune teller, or astronomist, believing in what he tells you of grave or unseen is another factor that takes you out of Islam. The hadith said, whosoever goes to a magician or a fortune teller or a magician or a witchcraft, a fortune teller, and a soothsayer, and he believes in what this magician told him, then such a person has indeed nullified his iman. So there is no iman in going to a fortune teller. Number 9, helping a kuffar, helping a kafir against a Muslim. لا يتخذ المؤمنون الكافرين أولياء من دون المؤمنين. Never shall a believer tend to befriend an unbeliever against a believer of his brother, a believer among his brothers. من يفعل ذلك فليس من الله في شيء إلا أن تتقوا منه تقى. Whosoever does that, then he is nothing in the sight of Allah. That is to say, he's out of the religion. Number 10, practicing other religion besides Islam. أفغير دين الله يبغون. Is there any other religion that they desire to perform or to do besides Islam? وَمَنْ يَبْتَغِ غَيْرَ الْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا فَلَنْ يُقْبَلَ مِنْهُ. Whosoever desires to perform or seek to perform any other religion besides Islam, then such a religion will never be accepted from him, and he's going to be among the losers on the day of judgment. Number 11, apostasy. Ridda is among the factors that nullifies iman, like cursing Allah or his messenger or any of the messengers or angels, or killing any other man, or asking for help from something that cannot be given by anybody but Allah. And then for whosoever calls himself a prophet is also a kafir, and believing in such a man is also a kufr. It's also a kufr. Then fi'lan, prostrating to an idol or tree or stone or human or grave, or sacrificing or throwing Quran into impurity, then such acts, they are all taking people out of Islam. Then trying to forbid what Allah has made halal, or make halal of what Allah has forbidden, then as another thing that takes away people's iman. Then if you have a doubt in the Quran or Prophet or Islam, you're out of Islam. Then swearing in, taking an oath with another deity besides Allah. To swear in someone without, besides Allah, man halafa bighayri Allah faqad ashraka, you are associating partner to Allah. The mixing religion, that is, let me just divide myself into two. Let me put one leg in this religion and the other one in the other. So in the day of judgment, whichever religion is victorious, then I will follow it. No, you cannot divide yourself. You have to remain on one side. Either you are a Muslim or you are not a Muslim. That's period. But you cannot divide yourself. You cannot divide your attention. Even some people, they will divide their religion. Okay, you become Christians and you become Muslims, and will go on the day of judgment. You can intervene to whosoever has a victory and his religion is accepted by Allah. Denying qadr, destiny, is another thing that nullifies iman. Then to perform a righteous thing in order to show or to let people hear from you is another thing. Then there are some sayings like MashaAllah wa shi'ita. Allah wills and you will. Is another shirk. It is only Allah that wills. It's only by the will of Allah things are happening, not by the will of any other person. Then another one is, for example, to say, if not because of so person or so thing, this thing would not have been like this. Maybe an accident was about to happen, but fortunately for you, Allah provides guidance to the driver and he controls the car. Then after that, after all said and done, you said, if not because our driver was a professional driver, we could have been late by now. Such such saying is also nullifying your iman. Because of the time constraint, we are going to stop here. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to guide us. All right. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.